Alright, what's up everyone? I'm here to bring you a video on Theta, cryptocurrency that's ranked very highly by token metrics, a crypto that I think has a good chance of performing very well long term. So I want to talk about some technical analysis, run through it, and talk about my long-term and short-term opinions. So guys, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. We'll be breaking down tons of cryptos all throughout this bull run. So right off the bat, guys, Theta is in a descending triangle here, and we seem to be breaking out bullishly. It's extremely interesting. Theta, to be honest, kind of reminds me of like chainlink, where we were in the ascending triangle, had this breakdown, then we broke above a very macro ascending triangle. Yeah, I'm not saying the two are highly correlated, but it kind of reminds me of it. This is such a great chart, guys, because the price action was so clearly kind of reacting off these levels. This isn't a perfect. There we go. Anyways, you get the gist, guys. Descending triangle. We broke out here. I drew a pitchfork here, and we seem to be respecting kind of the medium line within this pitchfork. We're currently getting rejected here, so we seem to be breaking out bullishly here. But the question is, are we likely to see bullish continuation or a pullback? The market is in a very precarious state right now. Bitcoin is recovering and testing these higher levels, which is crazy. Good to see. Good to see. Bitcoin leads the market, although Ethereum, which leads the altcoins, seems to be getting rejected off its ascending triangle here, which is very concerning. As well, another thing we need to know when it comes to talking about altcoins is the fact that Bitcoin dominance, guys, seems to be breaking out bullishly. This is something I've been warning and talking about on the channel for days, if not weeks, at this point. And this could, if we continue to pump, which I think is likely at this point, we're breaking out bullishly. We're above our EMAs on the 6 hour. We could see altcoins suffer in the near term here, potentially. If indeed Ethereum continues to get rejected off the 1150 and Bitcoin continues to pump, kind of sucking away money from the altcoins, Bitcoin dominance continues to rise, the alts could suffer. Now, something very interesting, and again, I'm bringing up Bitcoin dominance in a Theta video because it will affect the altcoins such as Theta. So I should have drawn this line as a red line a while ago, but this is important to note because we are breaking up, yes, and we're likely to see continuation, yes. If we do see continuation, I think we're likely to find rejection of Bitcoin dominance at the 73. So given that the whole market is in such a precarious state, and we're kind of dubious whether or not certain alts are kind of likely to go up or down or not, I'd personally kind of wait out to see if Bitcoin dominance continues to rise. Not only continues to rise, if we get a rejection off like the low 70s and go for that leg down, something like this, if we see another movement like this, I would say right around here, once we see rejection off like this line, that's kind of when I would like to enter some alts. When Bitcoin dominance is getting rejected, it looks like it's going to go for a leg down. And the reason why this is an important a graph to look at is because, look, this is an incredibly macro ascending triangle. I mean, we could use, we can move this here, the top here. The top of this thing doesn't really matter, but the point is, based off these two dips here, if we just extend that, we can clearly see how Bitcoin dominance reacted off this level here. So indeed, if we're breaking, okay, that's why that thing, so off these levels, so guys, we're likely to continue to pump at this point. We could definitely break down for sure. This could be a fake out. I could just pump for a little bit then crash. But if we do indeed rise, and get rejected off here, I would expect altcoins off a potential rejection off these levels, off like the 73 level, rejection off that for the altcoins to benefit off that. And again, keep an eye out for Ethereum, because Ethereum kind of leads the altcoins and Bitcoin kind of leads the market. That's how I like to think about it. So looking at, what do we have here, the 15-minute? Okay, now let's take a look at the 4 hour with our indicators for a sec. Okay, because this is why I think it's worthwhile to bring up our indicators, and kind of why I had some resistance or some support lines drawn here. Because yes, we seem to be breaking out bullishly, but based off our indicators and the precarious state of the market right now, we may get a pullback here, especially based off the stochastic RSI right here. This really looks like it almost needs to drop, and when we see it in price action, we're falling down a little bit right now. Again, we're getting rejected off the medium line of our pitchfork here. And guys, something to note about the stochastic is great because it's very helpful when telling you when a reversal in trend can happen. It's not helpful in telling you the extent to the reversal in trend. For the extent of the trend, it's important to look at things like MACD and RSI. But this is telling me, especially based off the 4-hour guys, that or perhaps due for a movement downwards, perhaps a retest of our breakout point at like 190, 195, as well a bunch of our EMAs on the 4-hour are in that like 190 range. So I think falling down to retest that, even like this, the lower green line of this pitchfork makes a lot of sense. Like, you know, kind of, yeah, like the 190 level, low 190s. Makes sense. I wouldn't be least bit surprised if in the short term we kind of at least fall down at perhaps retest that support. We can see here based off the 4-hour MACD starting to tick down, our side having a little bit of a move down, and we can anticipate perhaps on the 4-hour market side momentum waves, perhaps a bearish crossover in the near future. Let's take a look at the 1-hour with our indicators. Yeah, see, going down. Bearish crossover on the MACD. Lucky to see bearish continuation RSI. Yep. The only thing, the stochastic, again, we might see a little bit of a movement up. So like this is kind of what I would expect based off only the stochastic 1-hour. It's kind of like something like that. The stochastic, we have that little move up and then maybe fall down to retest like the lower 190, perhaps a breakout point, some of our EMAs, something like that based off our indicators here. Let's take a look at the 15. Okay, and let's move this to the 15. Interesting. We are finding support on our EMAs. This looks bullish. The short time frames look bullish. So what we may do is we're kind of making like lower highs here. So what we may do is go up a little bit more, make a lower high, or maybe even retest this level and go back down. I do think the macro indicators are kind of leaning more bearish. Let's take a look at like the 2-hour. Yeah, look at that 2-hour bearish momentum crossover, MACD taking down, stochastic. Yeah, larger time frames look bearish, guys. So you know, we may play around within kind of like the 217 to the 212. That doesn't make sense. 213, like the $2.01 region to like the $2.13 region for a little while. I think we are due for a little bit of a pullback with Theta. Now, this is a very interesting coin, you know, with decentralized social media and video streaming, all that kind of stuff. As well, guys, token metrics. We have purchased token metrics recently. We're using it to help inform our like long-term day like investing strategy, even coins we're looking at, and also we're hoping to pass down some of the things we learn to you guys as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. And Theta is very highly ranked when it comes to long-term investing. And if you're new to this channel and you're still here, I know it's this video is a little bit longer. I'm a long-term investor. I think investing for the long term is where a lot of the profit potential is in cryptocurrency. This is such a highly volatile market that if you're trying to swing your day trade and you're new or not very experienced, you're extremely likely to lose over time. So investing in solid projects for the long term is the best strategy in my opinion. And Theta is a very interesting cryptocurrency in my opinion. If you're trying to kind of diversify, go into different niches, the idea of decentralized social media is very appealing. It's also very highly ranked. And so guys, you know, if I were kind of like looking to get into this, kind of to summarize my thoughts a bit here, I think we're going to go down for a little bit of a leg down here. Worst case scenario, if we really start to break down, I think the $1.60 to the $1.46 is going to act as critical support. 200 EMA on the 6-hour. If we go to the 4-hour, yeah, so this region is very critical. When we first crashed, we found support on the 200 exponential moving average on the 4-hour. So if indeed we go for a larger correction, I think there's a very good chance that we find at the very least temporary support, and it's right around the $1.60. So the $1.60 to the $1.45 is going to act as critical support. Spike in volume at these regions. We also have the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level here and a bunch of sideways price action here. So this range is going to act. This is kind of like worst case scenario, at least in the short term, in my opinion. That's critical support. If that doesn't hold, if we do get another like big correction with the market, that is very bad news bears. That is very no bueno. And and you know, if we break down from these levels, we could expect like prolonged at the very least consolidation. So guys, those are kind of my thoughts. I think long term, the whole market could do maybe like a 20-30x, maybe, realistically. Again, not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, so I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if like the whole market does a 20-30x. Theta being kind of like the top 100 in terms of market cap, it can do kind of it could theoretically possibly do like maybe a 20-30x in like maybe a year from now. That's kind of the time frames that I'm looking at when it comes to my long-term investments. I'll be scaling out late third quarter or early fourth quarter 2021, because I believe this bull run is likely to end by the end of 2021. And guys, if you're new to crypto, haven't been around for a while, this market is highly volatile. We've corrected the last few days, and we may even correct further. I don't think that changes anything long term. I think crypto is immensely bullish long term, and so I won't be shaking out. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but if you guys want to get a better sense of what the market's doing, make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Give our Discord a follow. If anything interesting happens with these coins, we'll definitely be talking about it in our Discord. Link to join that down in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. That's it for now. Take care.